Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. I literally just filmed the video for the full moon, which the previous full moon, and now I'm doing the July new moon, which is happening on July 24th or 25th, depending on where you live. I just really feel the need to get on top of the energies right now for myself and also for whoever feels called to watch these videos. So yeah, stay tuned for some of my insights. I don't always usually do this, but for the previous full moon, I looked into the time of the full moon in the city where I live in Adelaide, and so I've done the same for this new moon, which in Adelaide it's happening on July 25th at 4:41 a.m. and I recommend wherever you are in the world, look into the exact time and day of this new moon. It'll either be 24th or 25th, but you will have a specific time where the moon will be exactly new and exactly at that point where the sky is completely dark and it's a complete new start, like it's the beginning of this new moon chapter. And that time is a numerology, a frequency of what's to come. And 4:41 a.m. 4:41 is another angel number of mine, which might sound a little bit weird. I have so many angel numbers. I don't know if anyone else resonates with that or if I'm just a freak like that. But in my, like, if you look in my phone notes, it's literally just numbers. Like, it's so many numbers. Just me trying to decode messages from the universe, which might be a little bit crazy, but that's just what I do. So 4:41 is a message of patience and really honoring the discipline, the dedication, the determination and the hard work that you have put into your life, into your goals, and just sitting with all of that with patience and also respecting yourself and honoring yourself and really being proud of yourself for the things that you have been doing behind the scenes, and trusting that all of this is really nurturing your soil, your ground for with seeds that are going to slowly bloom and flourish, which is very new moon energy. New moon is about the new chapter, that you are setting the intentions or planting the seeds to grow and flourish, and is very aligned with this new moon, especially, which is happening in Cancer, which is in Vedic astrology, in the star called Pushya. And Cancer is ruled by the moon, so we have this wisdom of the moon and the cycles of the moon, which is like teaching us that we are not always at our 100% energetically. Like, you could see the full moon being when we have the most intensity of our energy. Right now, or not right now, I'm not filming right now at the new moon, but when it comes to the time of the new moon, that's when the energy is non-existent. It's completely dark and forcing us to go within, which is really aligned with Cancer energy. Also the Chariot, which is this month's tarot, and the Chariot, which is ruled by Cancer as well. And it's just this message of, before moving forward, we need to just really take a look at the journey ahead without actually taking action right now. It's time to just sit and reflect and review and really observe our life, our reality, and what, have a look at what intentions need tweaking, and what priorities, what, like, our goals, our values, all of that, what needs shifting and realigning and reprioritizing. We have a lot of retrograde planets right now as well, which are asking us to, instead of think about moving forward, to actually move backwards in a way, or just sit still and witness our life and be more patient and go within, but also look back into our past and to heal past versions and stories and situations from our past, and to see our past in a new light with our more expanded consciousness and awareness that we have now, so that we can make sure we're not bringing these issues and limitations from our past into our future, and that we're healing and clearing what needs to be cleared. And so there is that Cancer and Moon energy. There's also this star called Pushya is ruled by Saturn. So there is this energy of Saturn, which is really all of that patience, endurance, determination, dedication. It's like all of that sort of harder energies that is like the more masculine father like energies with Saturn, and then Cancer Moon is more of the mother energies. So this is the time to really think about how we parent ourselves, like how we parent our inner child within us, with the more nurturing qualities, the more feminine nurturing, but then also like, do we respect ourselves enough to do the hard things, like taking the necessary hard actions and being disciplined and enduring through hardships and overcoming obstacles. And like Saturn is also the ruler of boundaries, so do we do the hard things that create the boundaries necessary in our life so that we can focus on what is truly, truly, truly important to us and for our lives. And boundaries is a big thing, because I think about Cancer, which is the crab, and the crab has this hard shell, which is like the Saturnian boundary with Pushya, but then the soft inside is the Cancer Moon, which is a protection. Like the shell is important and it has protected us and kept us safe. The shells that we create, the limitations, the barriers that we create can sometimes be beneficial for our safety, but sometimes these boundaries become limitations, they become obstacles, they block us from our blessings and opportunities that are waiting for us or are really aligned with us, but we can block them with our protection barrier, our shells that maybe we are perceiving in a fear-based or distrustful sort of perception, which this is the astrology right now is wanting us to clear away any illusions of protection that we need, or barriers, limitations, blocks that we are putting on ourselves. And that is a theme with Cancer, is being extra protective and distrustful. And I guess it comes up with Scorpio, it comes up with the water signs because of the deep emotions and sensitivity and that you feel, and that we will all be feeling towards the end of the month. Actually, this entire month there is a lot of Cancer energy, so we will be feeling more vulnerable, sensitive, emotional, which is a strength. Actually, it's so powerful to be able to feel so deeply, and you don't need to have these shells or these protections. Like when you feel so deeply, trust that you can also feel so deeply that you can transmute the deepest, heaviest emotions into the most profoundly loving emotions as well, because you can't experience one without the other. There's always like the contrasting emotions and experiences that, like, if you can experience the intensity of darkness and heaviness, you can also experience the other end of that intense joy and happiness and love as well. The star Pushya means to nourish and to be nourished, which is a big theme of Cancer. And this is a beautiful topic to really reflect on, is the ways that you nourish yourself, the people that are important to you, and just your life in general. Like how are you nourishing yourself? Is there any areas of your life that you can nourish more or nourish better? And yeah, where does that need improving on? Because if you think about like the analogy of the garden, which is you're planting the seeds for this new chapter to flourish, you're planting with intention what you wish to grow. You also need to nourish those seeds by watering them daily. Pushya, one of the symbols is the udders of a cow, so you could think about milking the seeds, like milking and giving that sustenance and nourishment and nutrition that is necessary. So that is like on a physical level, like are you eating the right foods for your mind, body and spirit to feel nourished and strong and healthy? Are you nourishing your mind with the right thoughts and communicating to yourself in a nourishing way, which is healing and wholesome and uplifting to you? Like, or do you need to reflect on that? Like maybe there are some thoughts that are not serving you, some belief systems that aren't serving you. This star is also ruled by Brihaspati, which is Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about our belief systems and our faith and our trust in ourselves. And so this whole month, what's coming up is any sort of thoughts and beliefs that aren't serving us, and the way that we communicate internally to ourselves will tell us a lot about what we believe about ourselves and about life in general. And yeah, so that's another thing. And there's also the symbol of the flower blossoming in the right environment. So that is like, yeah, like this soil, are you nurturing it? And are you in the right environment? Like, is your space clean and spacious enough for you to grow and flourish? If not, maybe you need to declutter, maybe you need to clean your space, maybe you need to move somewhere more aligned, maybe you need some new energy, maybe you need like feng shui, or maybe you need, I don't know, there's so many ways to just shift your environment and your space to create the ultimate space for you to grow and flourish. Also, with this energy of Brihaspati, which is bringing up our actual belief systems about ourselves and about life, is really important to reflect on, because that will tell us why we do certain things and nurture ourselves in certain ways, or don't nurture ourselves. How do we feel about ourselves, and what do we believe that we deserve, and what are we resonating with, and why is that? That will, like, a lot of answers will come through when we reflect on our core belief systems, and our core beliefs will determine what sort of foundation we have, the soil that we are planting our intentions onto. And it is so important to start from that underlying factor of the soil, which is, yeah, how do we actually view ourselves and view reality and view our life? And that is some deep stuff that is wanting to sort of resurface this month for us to reflect on. Are we seeing life clearly through the lens of love and truth, or are there barriers like that protective shell that the crab has to wear at times to protect itself, but at other times it's maybe blocking you off from really aligning with truth and love and harmony and peace? and closing you off and keeping you isolated, keeping you small, keeping you hidden. So it's time to reflect on those two extremes. There needs to be a balance, and a powerful way to really tap into this understanding is to do parts work therapy, which I highly recommend. I believe we all carry a protector part within us, which comes out in times of trauma and stress and fear, and when we just don't feel safe. And the protector plays this role of like a defender, like a soldier, like our like divine security guard, which will come through and make sure that we are safe, and it'll put up big walls of protection, which I'm sure there are situations in our past where we needed that protector to come up, and maybe we need to completely detach from our feelings and think logically and quickly to protect ourselves. But for a lot of us, we don't need that protector anymore. We're safe. And we rarely do need that protector to come out. And usually that protector sort of takes such a main role that it blocks out the intuition and the openness and the feeling place of the heart, which in my opinion is more connected to truth and love. So it's something to reflect on, like, do you have a balance with your protector role and your more open heart role? I've been doing some parts work therapy with a beautiful girl who has been coming to me for a 12-week astrology journey with me, and I've been doing more integrative therapy with her as well. And it's been such a profound journey seeing this protector role versus the heart. And I feel that we, like, so many of us have this. And it's usually, like, I've found for a lot of people, the protector is more of a masculine energy, which is more practical, more analytical, more about the mind and thinking, whereas there is this other more open, free spirited self, which is a bit more feminine and a bit more open, free, loving, more heart-centered and connected to the intuition. And when you do the parts work, you may find that your protector even has a name, or like this real strong frequency that you can see is so different to how you normally would be when you're feeling really safe and free and in your heart. So yeah, that's just a little tangent where you can do some of that therapy. But if you don't know much about parts work, please let me know. I can tell you a bit more about how to do that. There's a lot of YouTube videos on that. This star Pushya is also predominantly Pitta energy, which is super fiery and like very much like go-getter energy, which is like really good to get things done and to achieve, to accomplish, to take actions and like to work out, to just very masculine, like doing energy, which is interesting. With all of these retrograde planets, I think it's just bringing up the necessity to make sure we're not getting burnt out, because that can easily happen with excess Pitta energy. So we need to just make sure everything's in balance. For me, like, I am someone who likes to do a lot as well, but I just have allowed myself to take more naps and to just like allowing more time to slow down and connect with nature. I know it's like really hard to just like, ideally with the astrology of things, with all of these retrograde planets, this is the period of time where if we could afford to, we would just hibernate and not connect with anyone or anything. We'd just like go within, meditate, take time to just completely slow down and reflect. But I know that is like not possible for most of us. So yeah, just adding more time into your routine somehow to, yeah, like basically forcing yourself to make time for yourself in different ways. And if you don't have much time, like even just doing more nourishing things, like cooking more nourishing foods that make you feel good, adding more self-care into your routine, and just doing more fun, relaxing, joyful things that bring you peace and groundedness, like, you know, like catching up with friends, grounding, connecting with nature, making time for yourself to reflect more, to meditate, to journal, to just sit with yourself, and to be a bit more slow and still when you can, is going to be really helpful for this upcoming new moon and just this month in general. And new moons are the start of a new chapter, so it is the time to set new goals, new intentions, which will come through the clarity of that slowness and stillness and going within. So yeah, I hope that you all have such a beautiful new moon. I also want to add, like, you may feel a bit more emotional because it's the Cancer new moon, and you'll have the insights or the, I guess, the frequency to tap into some of the most vulnerable and sensitive parts of yourself and situations with this Cancer new moon, which is a gift and a power. So I hope that you are all kind to yourself and nurturing to yourself with the emotions that want to come up. And the more that you nurture yourself, the more ease and flow that you will have, and safety to feel the things that are coming up. So yeah, I'm sending my love, and if any of you want to connect with me and to go through any of the emotions or anything coming up, I am so here for all of you. Like, I'm just a message away. But yeah, other than that, I will see you all in my next video for August. So enjoy the rest of your month of July, and I will see you all soon.